Good morning, and welcome to another Facebook Live session here at Western Piedmont Community College. Hope you're having a great fall morning. I have to be honest with you, this is one of my favorite times of the year. I absolutely love going outside in the morning for crisp, cool air. I think it's the way it's supposed to be, and the cool air that we've had, the beauty's just incredible now, just waiting on the leaves to start to change. So really just I'm feeling pretty good today. I hope that you are too, and that you and your families are taking care of each other. Got some notes and some different technology that we're trying to work on. So if I look like I'm looking around a little bit this morning, I'm trying to click on a couple of different things so that I can keep up with some comments and see a little bit about what's going on, because we definitely want to be able to respond back to you and comments, questions that you have. So first thing that I want to hit on this morning is to really say thank you to our faculty, our staff, and our students. This has been a semester unlike any other. There's just not another way to say it. We all know we're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with a different way of operating, and the positive attitudes, the friendliness that I see of folks has been fantastic. And I want you to know it makes a difference. And we really appreciate the work of our faculty and our staff that have really worked hard to keep our campus safe. I have never said that we were reducing our risk to zero. We know that's not the case. We know there is some inherent risk, just pretty much in anything we do, but we've really worked hard to minimize it as much as possible. And so we have our faculty, staff, students, guests, anyone coming on campus going through our health screenings, and we have enhanced cleaning going on across campus. I saw Richard come through my office and Moore Hall earlier today, and just doing a fantastic job cleaning doorknobs and handles and light switches and tables and desks, things that are high touch areas. We're doing some extra cleaning through that. And so just really appreciate our staff who are really working hard to keep us as safe as possible. And then to our students, community members, everybody coming on campus, really following our guidelines and our protocols. That's something that's really important. We thank you for wearing your face coverings, and it's especially critical where we cannot social distance, that we maintain and keep on our face coverings and wear them properly. And that's something that I've noticed is people wearing them properly. And again, just something that's really important. And then maintaining social distance. These things together work, and it's why as we look at the campus, we've had a little over 20 I call them cases. We really hadn't had 20 positives or any of that. We've had some folks that have been tested. We're down as far as college students. We're down now to less than 5 that are actually still off campus or quarantined. Pretty much everybody else has been cleared to come back. We watch that on a regular basis, work hard to keep our campus community updated. We think that that's something that is very important to us. And so please keep doing those things. As you come on campus, please make sure go through the health screenings. That's something that we require. Keep your face covering there, and then social distance. And then, as I keep saying, I think it's also extremely important, wash hands. We have hand sanitizer at entrances. Make sure you stop and get some. Wash your hands on a regular basis. Try to be careful. I know for me, you don't want to touch your face. I did use hand sanitizer just a little bit ago. So, watch, that as you're working through. These things matter. We truly, really care about you, our faculty, our staff, our students, our community, and we want everyone to be as healthy as possible. I used to work with someone years ago, and he would say on a regular basis, you only have your health. And if you don't take care of it, you get to deal with it. And so please take care of yourselves. We think that that's something that's important. Myself, our vice presidents, our deans, we're listening to what we hear from students. what we hear from our community. We're watching the scientists. We're listening to the recommendations from the governor, the Department of Health. Every time we have any contact or any situation on campus, we're in contact, making sure we follow the protocols and guidance and do everything that we can to minimize it. So just wanted to take some time to really say thank you. It has made a difference on campus. We have had a very small impact this semester, and we know we're not naive. It may flare up next week. It may flare up tomorrow, and we have our contingency plans in place. We have our notification system. We're watching to make sure that we take actions and that we're ready to react to keep everyone as safe as possible. And we know, especially with our students, those of you that are out there, the truth is, wow, you're doing multiple duty. Many of our students are trying to get an education. They're also trying to educate their children at home. And by the way, our faculty and staff, most of them are doing double duty. They have children at home now, at least part of the week, depending on where they're in school. They're trying to teach and at Western Piedmont and teach at home. We have staff who are trying to serve you, our students here, and they're also trying to serve their children at home. So I think that it's important that we think of our self-care beyond just health. Mental, physical, these things are incredibly important. Take care of yourself. And students, if you need assistance, reach out to us. Our Dean of Students, our advisors, our faculty are here to help. Your barriers may be academic, it may be tutoring. Don't wait until you have a poor grade. If you feel pressure mounting, reach out quickly so that we can give you some help. The system office, our state, from the federal government, we have some additional funding that has been funneled to us for tutoring. And so we would love to have as many students as possible reaching out and jumping in to be tutored. So please contact us and reach out if you need assistance. Financial aid, we have some funding in our foundation. We have some federal funds out there we're working on. You may qualify for those, but reach out to us. Barriers that you've got, it's so important that you take care of yourself. I had a student recently that we had an email from that we were able to provide some financial aid for that student that they qualified for due to some life circumstances. And it was what was able to keep them in school. And it took so much pressure off of them mentally. And so don't assume that the answer is no. Don't assume that we have no help. Reach out to us. We will work through it, and anything that we can do to provide assistance, we're going to do. And so as you think about COVID-19, as you think about the things that are going on, please reach out to us. If you go to our website, wpcc.edu, down at the bottom there, you'll see a link for COVID-19, has our protocols, guidance. We put updates there if information changes. So make sure you're checking on that. And then you have contact there through our directory to advisors, to faculty. Please take time to reach out to us. And today, if you have any questions or comments, please post them in the chat feature that you've got there. I've got some folks helping me, which, by the way, I can't see my chat coming up on my video yet. So I've got some folks here who can see it and make sure that it gets to me so that we can answer any questions. We have some faculty and staff available that can jump in and answer also. And if we don't know an answer today, ask the question. We'll get back to you and make sure that we do get you an answer. I also want to remind everyone that we have registration coming up for B-term October 12th and 13th. And that's only a couple of weeks away. Those classes start October 14th. We have a wide array of classes there. I say a wide array in that we have some different types of things being offered. It's a limited selection for B-term, but you can take a full semester class in 8 weeks. It's a great way to get a jump start on spring. It's a great way to pick up an additional class. And so please take a look at that. There's a link to that on our main website also, wpcc.edu, and talk to an advisor about whether that fits for you or not. We would love to see you get in and get available. And then be looking forward. We'll have announcements coming before too long on our spring semester. We're going to have additional 8-week classes run there. We're working to look and open up some additional hybrid, some face-to-face classes as we watch the health situation, the COVID situation. But we know we're hearing from students that you want some more face-to-face, and as long as we can do it in a safe manner, we're going to do what we can to expand our offerings there. So we're looking at our spring schedule pretty closely. Please reach out through advisors, faculty about classes that you need. As we build that schedule, we want to make sure we're hearing from you and that we get that in. So amazing that it's coming up quick and that we're moving so fast through fall semester. So those are some brief updates I wanted to throw out there to start with today. As you think about it, please, if you have questions, post them in chat. We'll get those in and we'll try to answer everything that we can. Now, what I really wanted to talk to you about today that I'm excited to talk about, and if you look behind me, you'll see a bunch of the pennants from different colleges and universities. We have students that go all over the country, all over the world for that matter, transferring. And transfer options as a place to start. Western Piedmont Community College is the place to start. It is a place where you can get your feet wet, if you will. You're going to take the same or very similar classes to what you take at a university. I can tell you personally from my own family, both of my children have gone through community college prior to transferring to universities. It gives you a chance to grow a little bit, and it also saves you a lot of money. And so excited to talk to you about this opportunity. So if you're a student out there, if you have family members, children, I encourage you to talk to them about getting their start at Western Piedmont Community College. Probably the biggest thing that we hear and that we see is the amount of savings. So Western Piedmont Community College, you're looking at a couple of $1,000s tuition and fees. If you go to Appalachian State University, you're almost $8,000. If you go to Western Carolina, $3,500. If you go to University of North Carolina, Charlotte, a little over $7,000. Just talking tuition and fees. We're not jumping into room and board and all the other things that go into the university. And so as I talk about this, first I want to say that, one, please do not interpret anything I say negatively around a university. We have great universities. I mentioned Appalachian State, Western Carolina, UNC-Charlotte. These are our primary transfer institutions, but you can go to Chapel Hill, you can go to NC State, you can go to UNC Greensboro. These are absolutely fantastic places, and I encourage you to think in terms of how you're going to continue your education. It's important. But I believe for most people today, for most of you, we're the right place to start. And for our students who are on and you started here, you made a great decision. Western Piedmont is a fabulous community college. I've been here a whole 3 months and I'm still amazed and excited as I get to see things and I get to hear about students. I had a chance to have lunch with a couple of students this week that are in our nursing program. They both got scholarships here, so reducing their cost. One of them really looking, well, actually, they're both planning to go back and get their BSN degrees. One planning to head to UNC-Charlotte. And just hearing about what being at Western Piedmont was able to do financially for them was amazing. And how it allows them, as I talked to one of the students as a mom, a couple of kids at home, working a job, going through nursing school, anybody doing that is to be commended. And so being here allows you to do that. I mentioned my own children in this case because we followed that path. And I want you to do everything you can to save the money that you can so that you have that money. One of the negatives that we hear around this is, somebody applies at a university and maybe they get a scholarship and then they come to the community college and then that scholarship's gone 2 years later. That is a possibility. So I want you to make sure, and this is an important thing for transfer, is that you look at the financial options. Because sometimes even with scholarships you may get at a university, you may still save more money coming to the community college. And there are transfer scholarships out there. I focus on my own children here because I know their situation intimately, but my son, when he went to the university, managed to get scholarships. My daughter she got a little more scholarships in transferring than she would have gotten than she was offered right out of high school. Every situation is a little bit different. And so talk to us about that and talk to the university about that, and then make sure you're looking at the return on investment. How much is that scholarship knocking off? How much are you spending extra in room and board? Because there are great opportunities, and you want to look at that overall experience as you look at transfer. And that leads to the next thing. So finances is part of this, but it's also incredibly important that you look at what your track is so that you don't take classes that you do not need. We have students who come to us sometimes and they don't talk to advisors, or they haven't made up their minds, and that does make it a little more difficult. So if you're wanting to be a psychology major and head to University of North Carolina, Charlotte, or say UNC Greensboro or App State, their psychology programs are a little bit different. And so the more you know about where you want to go, the more we can help you up front. Another thing is, if you don't know exactly what you want to do and you take classes that may not count, they're going to be a lot cheaper if you take them here. So if you go to Western Carolina or Appalachian State and you take classes there and then change your major, as most students do, you save a lot more money by taking some of those classes here. And it's a great place to figure out what you want to major in. So, we encourage you to talk to your advisors and to connect not just to us, but to the advisors at the universities very quickly. We're working on, and I hope to have an announcement very soon about a partnership with a university where we're looking at a dual enrollment. Really looking forward to that, where you come here and you actually are starting and working with that university from the very beginning. So that's something that's really key and very important from the very beginning. So there's two things. If you know, we can definitely help you know which classes to take quickly. If you don't know, it's cheaper to jump in and take some of those classes, do a little bit of experimentation, a little bit of discovery here at the community college, and pick that up. Another thing that we hear sometimes from folks is, well, I want the university experience. I want to go and meet folks. There's an element of that that's absolutely true. We do not have fraternities and sororities and the same life at the community college that you do have at the university. Absolutely, that's true. There's another side to that, though. If you're not ready, you go to a university, you may get involved in some of those things and find that your academics suffer. So what we offer is a vibrant student life here at Western Piedmont Community College. So let me pause for a minute. Not as vibrant in COVID-19 as we would like. But the truth is, the university life is also not as vibrant in COVID-19 situation. But we do offer a great way for you to get in, begin to meet, understand how to build study groups, to focus on some academics, work through some clubs, so that when you transfer to the university, you're in a better situation to take advantage of a lot of that social life, which is great. And again, I'm not negative to universities at all. I think there are awesome benefits to growing up and figuring that out. But a lot of times being able to step into that will allow you to learn and be able to take more advantage of that. And we do offer, for the students who want to take advantage of it, a great student life here at Western Piedmont Community College. We look at that. We have student clubs. We have some great things that are going on. I wish we were able to do more this semester. This is not a typical semester, as all of you know, anywhere in the country. And so I think that that's something that we keep in mind. But we're looking forward to, as things move into whatever our new normal will be, it's going to be a world where we have great activities for students and we have things that are going on. So when you start here and then transfer, what we see is you're able to get into that life. You don't miss out on anything by getting involved in that. It really opens up some doors for you as you move forward. And then that brings up another thing that is important, that goes right to what I'm talking about here, and that is that the students who come to us and then transfer almost every single year outperform in their grades the students who start at the universities. Not by much, but just by a little bit. So what we see is students who come to us and then transfer, if they complete their associate degrees with us, if they'll take at least 30 credit hours with us, will actually perform as well or just a little bit better than the students who start at the university. And it shows that that time with us helps prepare you to make that transition. Transfer is a critical component of what we do. We have a very significant enrollment in transfer, and we have faculty and staff and folks devoted to this that are looking to help you succeed and be prepared for a university. Me personally, I've been through it with my own family. I can help you talk through what that looks like. For my own son, because of the money we saved going through the community college, we were able to do a study abroad, and he was still able to finish on time. We have here where I'm sitting, we're actually in our Burke Middle College area on the campus, and we have a lot of our Burke Middle College students who jump in really early, able to take transfer classes and be able to transfer. And that's what my son did, and it gave him an opportunity to do some different things while he was at the university. I can tell you we saved personally, and this is my own thing, so I'm not speaking for anybody else, but we saved about $50,000. Now let that sit with you for just a minute. We saved personally, my family, me, you're looking in the camera, looking at me, we saved right at, and actually I'm being a little conservative, if I was truthful, it was probably a little more, but we saved right at $50,000 by spending a couple of years at a community college. So the finances, the academic performance, the social life, all of those things work together to mean that Western Piedmont Community College is a fantastic place to start. And so if you're looking to transfer, reach out, talk to us, let us help you make those plans. We want to see you be successful. We want to continue getting these reports back from our students who are going to the university and scoring their GPA as well as or better than the students who started at the university. And just so you know, we have actually around 100 students or more transferring almost every single year to the universities. And so it's not a small number, it's a large number that transfer. Our main transfer institutions, as I mentioned earlier, Appalachian State University, Western Carolina University, and University of North Carolina, Charlotte, all great University of North Carolina system universities, and so they do a fantastic job, and you're able to get out there and pick up a bachelor's degree, build some experience, save some money, and be successful. Our graduation rates do really well. About half of our students, when they transfer, finish in 2 years, are 30 to 40%, depending on what they're majoring in, and over 60%, almost 70% finish within 3 years. That may seem like we're talking about 5 years to finish. We are, but I will tell you that at most universities, students are taking 5 years to finish. So again, it's right on par and in line with what we see for students who start at the university. You're not going to lose anything starting here. And in many cases, you're going to build some friendships in an environment that allows you to be prepared to make that transition. So it's a fantastic way, and we look forward to seeing this area grow as we look at how we help students be successful. And we look at what we teach and the guidelines, the formats, and what we have to help students transfer. All of those things are really critical and really important to us and to have you be successful. So it is a great honor to get to highlight our transfer today and to really thank all of our faculty, our advisors, folks out there that are working to help students make that transition and be able to go on and get a bachelor's degree, do it in an economical way, in a way that sets you up for success. The last thing I will mention is there's also what I think of the next way that you go about doing this, and I think it's something that's really critical, and that is coming to Western Piedmont, working an internship, maybe getting a job out of that, and then letting your company help pay for your bachelor's degree. So there are some really good options with local universities. For example, Appalachian State that's not that far away, Western Carolina's not that far away, Lees-McRae, a private university not that far away, Montreat, which is not far away, even University of North Carolina, Charlotte, the other direction, not very far away, where if you, with their online and distance education options, you can get your first couple of years at Western Piedmont, get a job, start your degree part-time at some of these universities, and allow your company to do tuition reimbursement. So there's a plan. It takes a little longer. You're generally going to take probably 7 to 8 years to really complete this plan. But at the end of 7 to 8 years, you'll have an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, somewhere between 4 and 6 years of actual work experience, and you will be ahead of the game, because if you do it right, you can finish with essentially zero student loan, no debt, and your return on investment is fantastic. It's a different way to go to college. It's a way that, as I talk to students and see people being successful, wow, it takes a lot of pressure off down the other end. So some of that will depend on what you major in, where you want to transfer, but I would tell you to consider alternate ways to go to a university and alternate ways to actually get that bachelor's degree. I didn't follow that path myself, but I did work through that path with my master's degree and a little bit with my doctoral degree, working with my employer to actually offset some of the costs for tuition. It is a way to get an education in a more economical manner. So don't get locked into there's only one way to go to a university, there's only one way to be successful. There are fabulous ways to cut your cost, to really have an incredible return on investment, come to a fantastic community college, and then transfer to a great university and get yourself started on your career and your life. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. You can hit us up on the website, email, directory, all is there, wpcc.edu. I'm assuming we don't have any questions in chat right now, not seeing anything pop up, but I'll give you just a minute or two as we close out in case anything does pop out. Really appreciate the folks joining. We look forward as we move around campus. I didn't say this earlier, but as I said in the previous Facebook Live, just been awesome to be able to get out and see the campus here. Final reminder, if you come on campus, go through our health screenings. If you do not feel well, if you've had a temperature in the last couple of days, if you've been exposed to somebody with COVID-19, do not come to Western Piedmont Community College. Let me say that more clearly. Do not come to Western Piedmont Community College. We want to operate in a safe manner. You can call or email your faculty advisor or our advisors in student services. We will work with you to get you through your classes in a remote format. We have remote options for almost every single class. We have some incomplete options. If none of that works, we will give you additional time to finish out a class. Do not feel like you've got to come on campus. And to our faculty and staff that are listening, the same thing. I love you. I care about you. We are not going to fire you if you don't show up because you have symptoms. Please do not come on campus if you have any symptoms at all, if you're not feeling well. And as we enter flu season, I think this becomes even more important. We're going to work with you. We're not going to let you go because we do care about you and we care about our community here. Our Western Piedmont Community College family is a fantastic family, and we want to keep everybody as safe as possible. So have a great afternoon. Enjoy the fall. I know that I am looking forward to a fall weekend and getting out and just really enjoying the mountains and the foothills here. We have the privilege of living in one of the most beautiful areas in the world, and it is just an awesome time. So make sure, self-care, take time to go out, walk a little bit, breathe the cool air, and enjoy yourself. And I look forward. We'll have another Facebook Live session here in about 3 weeks or so, and we'll keep you updated. Definitely watch our Facebook Live. Follow me on Twitter. We put updates out. We try not, or I personally try not to put too much out that just to overload you, but I do try to throw a few things out there to help you as we move through. So thank you for being on. Have a great day. Look forward to talking to you next time.